Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your 2A Rights Defender back with another quick one. First thing I'm gonna do is shout out Guns and Gadgets Second Amendment News channel. He did a live stream on the House Judicial Committee meeting on the weaponization of the government earlier. So this is just my opinion on it because it was a really, really good one. Okay, so shout out to all of the 2A positives because there was a lot of 2A negatives in there. Not going to say any names. I did get into his live stream late, so I had to go back and watch it all over. Okay? So my opinion on it is simply this was a show that really allowed you to see how the Democratic Party panders emotionally to victims, okay? So this was about Mr. Malinowski, who the ATF raided his home illegally, I would say. And now you killed the man, thought he was trafficking weapons. So now his wife is a widow, right? Now they did say that he fired a shot at them and they killed him. Now, if you're going in somebody's house, first off, at 6 a.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m., it does not matter. All law enforcement agencies do need to know that when you guys do that, you are in the most danger, and the people in the house are too, because you'll think at those hours somebody's trying to break in your home. People most of the time are asleep, they're disoriented. And they made that clear in this meeting that they like using shock and awe on the citizens, catch you at 5, 6 in the morning when you sleep and your mind is not working. Okay? So the man's wife is a widow. She's in there because they brought in witnesses. The first thing you Democrats start doing is trying to emotionally pander to her about gun control. Yes, and her husband was a 2A advocate. She's been married to a 2A advocate. And the first thing y'all do is try to pander to her emotions to warp her views on the Second Amendment and make it seem like just guns and so much gun crime. And her husband was a victim of gun crime. He was, but this time the government did it. I mainly made this video because what made me angry, like I said, I caught Guns and Gadgets live stream like maybe a little bit after the middle. So I had to go back and watch the first half. And all they did, y'all came straight into this judicial meeting hating on President Trump. The first thing this lady did was the first black lady who spoke. All you start doing was just talking about Trump. Trump did not have nothing to do with what y'all was in there for. See, that's the type of stuff where y'all show y'all hand. We can call y'all bluffs. Y'all are very, very adamant on power and gun control. Y'all are infringing people's rights. Then you try to pander to the emotion of the victim. Like, that's not good. It was clearly in there to show how the ATF went in a man's home and killed him. To the point where the Republicans and the 2A advocates, you can see them getting angry. Even the chairman of the board was getting angry because he clearly seen it from the get-go. Clearly seen it. It's about them being defunded. Yes, they infringe on people's rights. Like I said in the last video, we don't need bureaus telling us how to exercise a right. Yes, we do want the guns out of the hands of the crazies, but when it comes to society, I'm sorry to say, as a kid, I learned 6 million ways to die. Choose one. Stuff has to be filtered. Most of the time, you don't know people are violent till they show those little traits. And for two, a lot of stuff that's happening in America be little petty little emotional bickering that gets bigger and bigger. A firearm being present does not escalate the situation more than a knife being present, more than a hammer that bangs nails being present. Shit, hell, more than an aggressive guard dog. being present. It makes no sense. Y'all went right into this judiciary meeting trying to dance around the subject at hand. Was the ATF wrong in what they did? Y'all want to start going in on Trump, pandering to the woman who's a victim who lost her husband to the government. It took the 2A defenders to apologize to her on behalf of the government. See, this is the stuff that we talking about as far as gun right activists. Y'all always trying to make us look like the bad guy. Yeah, you see my shirt come from a movie, Boys in the Hood. Yes, I'm a black guy from rough areas of town, but I'm not a criminal. Never been a career criminal. So I guess it's going to take somebody like me to really show that everybody who's sane, you don't have to fall for the stereotypes, okay? And to end this is an advertisement to any appellate lawyers, any lawyers on YouTube that go for gun rights and help people like me. I'm down. I have notes and loopholes that I found. I hold some of them because what I want to do is if I can get a lawyer to help me on this as far as applied challenges, if the Supreme Court does not solve the nonviolent felon issue, I need an appellate lawyer because I don't have money to spend on appeals and all that stuff. I will need somebody to really take a real pro bono case. But the stuff that I have, when you write it in your own language, it might make you headlines because it's going to really flip all that stuff on their heads. All these gun laws are illegal. All this overregulation, overreaching of the government is illegal. Like I said, once again, I'm a victim of a Maryland 4203, a misdemeanor, unlawful handgun possession. That should not even exist in a criminality book. They fully indicted me for a misdemeanor, sent me to criminal court. I took a plea. I had to plead guilty. You gave me a criminal conviction. You treated me like I was a criminal. You indicted me off catching a firearm on me in a traffic stop. It should be no such thing as unlawful possession of a firearm. If I am not a previous felon, I had no record. So carrying a gun is exercising the Second Amendment. I'm going to say it once again. But I'm a victim of that. So any appellate lawyers that want a real as applied challenge, that's willing to not knock me upside the head for money, but really wants to get their firm out there or get some more recognition, because once we get it to the Supreme Court, I'm an example of the pretty case that they're trying to show in front of the Supreme Court instead of stuff like Rahimi, who's not really a good example. Like I spoke on my last video, Garland v. Range, that is the case I'm looking for, because he's a nonviolent misdemeanor. Like I said, state misdemeanor should not be classified as a federal felony. Y'all have to get that clear and concise. Take all that 2 years for state misdemeanor out. It's incorrect. All the language is wrong. Y'all are writing bad laws and not following history and tradition tests. So that's the end of this video. Once again, any lawyers that can help me out, hit me with a comment. We'll talk and discuss my individual case, because I feel like some of the pointers I have will help clear this nationwide. Shout out to all the 2A and firearm rights channels. Once again, shout out to Guns and Gadgets. He's the guy that I seen, he live streamed the whole judiciary meeting. Go to his channel and check it out. But this your 2A rights defender, back with another short one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.